Welcome back. So I've done a little bit of extra work. I figure I'd show you around real quick. So this is what I was working on the other day. This is the outer wall, as you can see. Been beefed up quite a bit. I turned this room over here into my tannery. There's another tanner's table up here. I decided since I started screwing around with well, basically free building, that I would go ahead and continue with that in this and just, I guess, eat the resources whenever I find them. Okay, so over here, this other tower, which is on the other side of the gate, is one of the two cooking areas that I set up. And if you're wondering why there are two cooking areas, it's because there are a lot of different cooking stations. And I wanted to try and set it up to where I had the ability to use both. These freezers here are meant to preserve your food. Now the problem with them is they require ice. I don't have any ice because I haven't gone anywhere to get any yet. So I figured we could do that as part of the running around and gathering stuff phase. But right now it's just me building out stuff so that I have stuff available. There are a few people down here and an alligator. The alligator is the most terrifying part of this little area, to be honest, that I live in, because he kind of continuously spawns. You kill him off, he comes back. You don't kill him off, he comes back. Actually, if you don't kill him off, he just kind of hangs out there, but eventually those people will be able to kill him off on their own. Each one of these little pots of arrows are archer posts. So whenever I get enough people to actively fill all of these, the gator down there won't be a problem. Also, the benefit to setting it up this way is that all of these buildings are kind of interconnected, and there's plenty of little spots for both crafting and people. Now then, these things right here are our gibbets. They are the single friend maker that I have available. This is a cooking pot. It's set up so that the thralls will be able to eat out of it. I've got a little space right here, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet. I might just wall it off, or I might put a bench there. Who knows? This building right here is an armored variant of the taming pin, and as you can see, it'll hold 5 different animals. This one over here is for smaller animals. This is my original house. This is the Wheel of Pain, so that we can indoctrinate several people into our way of thinking in a rapid fashion. Similar to the Democrats. I mean, in the media. Sorry. No politics, nothing like that. Alright, so we've got this little building right here that I built, which is literally for a feed box for animals, because the idea is I'm going to train my animals over there, the ones that I want to keep, that are going to be like the ones that run around with me and fight and whatnot. And then my horses will be trained right here, which I usually only keep 1 to 2 horses at a time. Then I'll put the horses in here to keep them safe. I can stick my other animals up here in the front of this building, which is basically just a large stable, and they should be fine. Now, coming down this little ramp right here takes us out to the water line, which if I get my own alligator or something like that as a pet, I will probably put him down here in this little area, just kind of as a, you know, surprise. It's Gator. But you go up here and you've got a bedroom and a bunch of chests. I used to play with my friend Time Viewer, and this is pretty much exactly what he wanted in a house all the time. Nothing fancy, just a bed and a bunch of boxes to store a bunch of shit. So I kind of built this in because I just kind of got used to building them whenever we were playing together, to be honest. You come in here, and this area over here, I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be yet. You come up this way to gain access to the top of the wall, and you've got another little area here for storage and some more things up here. And then we've got the wall placements up here, which this one doesn't have all the archery posts put in yet. So not as much as completely done here. But it's coming along. I mean, better than I thought it would. Faster than I thought it would, to be honest. The only thing that I've got problems with is because of the way the game's hitboxes work. Sometimes you get things like this, where the torch just kind of floats slightly off the wall. You don't really notice it when you're placing it, and in all honesty, it's hard to place things inside of these areas unless you're in first-person mode or third-person mode, kind of like we are now, and running around doing it manually. And then sometimes the torches just anchor into the wall perfectly. You don't even notice the brackets. See? But it's all a matter of the hitbox of the object that you're putting it in. But I've used the Midian set completely around here. It doesn't look bad. I've tried to make it look as cool as possible. I'm not exactly sure what all I want to do, which is why I'm kind of making this video. So if you think of anything that you think that I should do, I'm debating on climbing this cliff and putting a temple up on top of it. I kind of like doing that. And it's not really that hard to do. It's just a matter of finding the right spots to do it in. But yeah, I've got plenty of room for other buildings. I can technically build out in a lot of different ways. I haven't built a bar yet, nor have I built myself really a house that I want to live in. Nor have I started the required missions to be able to acquire followers, so to speak. I mean, I can probably do that now if I come over here and double check. Let me just double check the materials that I've actually got. Shouldn't be a lot, but it might be more than I think. Let's just use that. Okay. Let's see now. I've got a few decent materials, but not a whole lot. I don't have a lot of leather in general. I mean, I guess I could get some more hide, make some more leather. Alright. I'm going to need some bark, which I have some of. I think I should be able to, yeah, reduce that down to leather. I should be able to turn that as well. Now, if you're wondering, the reason why I need leather is so that I can make other things like, let me show you here. Okay, in my inventory over here, I need to make a club. Oh, that's different. Let's see. Here we go. The International Friendship Maker Club. I need to make 8 leather for that. And gather some sticks. Not a big deal. I do like the items that they've added into this. And then these things are modified versions of animals. Like, say, if you want a black horse, you need to have tainted. You get a horse, you put it in the thing over here to train it up, raise it from a foal to a horse. And then once it hits the trained mark where it's already maxed out in size, you go ahead and give it this stuff called tainted fodder, and it lets you pick the color of the animal that you want, which is cool to a certain degree, and you know, can be very useful. Let's see now. We're going to go ahead and just put this in there for now. And I really need to build a blacksmith shop and a blacksmith. So a forge might not be a bad idea. And I think I'll put it over... You know what? I think I'm going to go build that temple first. But we need to get up there first, so let's do that. I'm going to have to build a platform up there, and then I want to be able to put an elevator coming down from it. So I have it all taken care of, and I don't want to have to move things around much once I get it up there, so might as well go ahead and do that now. And I'll cut back to you guys whenever I get started. Alright, so here we are up top. I'm going to start this off. And yes, it took me almost all night to climb up here after falling down. And it has sucked. And right now I am just layering in sandstone foundations to make this as stable as possible. And really to even it out, because it's not flat up here at all. And I would like at least somewhat a flat surface to work with, but that also means because I set myself up to be able to fly, I can go up here and actually build out something relatively really cool, to be honest. Thank you. But, don't know if you know this or not, but Funcom also has the license, besides having the license to Conan, which they currently hold. And will probably continue to hold as long as they make material for it. Unless some film studio comes along and demands them. Funcom will likely, well, they also hold the licensing for Dune. So the new Dune game that's coming out, I think it's called Awakening, is one that I am looking forward to because it has a certain level of building in it, but it also has vehicles in it, which a survival game with vehicles and class system in a world that actually they are altering the story and the fact that they're not making Paul active, at least not original, not in the current aspect of it, I think. But they are actively making a game that looks like it could be a lot of fun for a lot of people. Everybody from the hardcore survival fans to the well, just the people that like a good Dune game, to be honest. Dune 2000 was the last great Dune game that I played. And that was on PlayStation, if I remember right. But that's a me thing, not necessarily a you thing. A lot of people don't like RTSs. I love a good RTS, but to be honest, there haven't been that many that have came out recently that really pique my personal interest. I mean, I know a lot of people are into like Civilization and that kind of stuff, but Civilization really isn't my bag. I like Banished. Banished is kind of cool. I recommend that to anybody that's looking for something that literally will eat your time, and you won't realize how much it's eaten until it's already had it for dinner. Banished is one of those kind of games that just kind of like isn't so much a time sink as a time devourer. Good game, though. Highly recommend it to anybody that's even remotely, in it, as I said, interested in those kinds of games. Now, we're building this up here to be a temple area. I put down the sandstones because, well, the sandstones make sense. At least as far as what I'm doing with them. Which is a base foundation. I'm trying to figure out which build tile set. Ooh, that's new. I really want to build with. I guess I should just go ahead and look instead at the religion category and figure out which temple I'm going to put up here. Let's see. Not Jebel Zog, not Zath, definitely not Yog, not Set. I don't want to do Ducato, so it's either going to be Ymir or Mitra. I think I will go... I think I'll go with Ymir. Nah, let's go with Mitra. Mitra makes more sense. Okay.